it's a mild afternoon before a very exciting evening, television's biggest night. Welcome to our live from the Emmys. Sam Rubin along with Jessica Holmes. So happy that you're with us on this mild Sunday, and this is a change for us from the many years we've enjoyed doing the show and bringing it to you. We're here right outside the Microsoft Theater, but what's different?
What is different is we've had many years, this time in September in Los Angeles, it can be really hot. I think there were a couple of red carpets where they clocked it at 120 degrees on the red carpet. So they said, you know what we're going to do this year? We're going to tent it. We're going to pump in some air conditioning. Meanwhile, it is 75 degrees, today, which wouldn't be bad. But it is very temperate, and it's a little different to be inside the tent.
We think that might be the kind of thing that facilitates a variety of unusual fashion choices, because you don't have to worry about being too sweaty.
This is true.
Or being blinded by the sun.
Your hair.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So in the sort of terrarium of which we stand, we're not by ourselves. Jessica and I lucky right at the top of the carpet. Down towards the other end, our friends Megan Henderson and Doug Kolk. Good afternoon to the two of you.
Good afternoon,
you
guys.
Look gorgeous.
Thank you. Back at you. And how excited are we to be here this year?
Well, and I was just noticing, we have our own little Beyonce fan as well.
We do, a little bit. I like this. We're so excited because we actually have two spots. That means we are not going to miss any of your favorite celebrities.
Sam and Jess at the beginning of the carpet, we're at the end, so if any of the big stars happen to skip on by Sam and Jess, we got them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we will look forward to that, and we look forward to this. Several of the stars from Saturday Night Live, an Emmy setting, boy, they've received over the course of the show.
Yeah.
An extraordinary, hundreds of nominations, 22 for today. Melissa McCarthy won the Creative Arts Emmys, and this gentleman here, Alec Baldwin, we expect to have a conversation with. And Melissa, already an Emmy winner. She'll be a presenter tonight.
And you would imagine when it is a political year, an election year, that SNL would do really well. By the way, learn something about Lorne Michaels, executive producer of SNL. He has the most Emmy noms of any person ever, 78 for Lorne, and I think that added to his tally this year.
HBO, of course, usually leading the pack in terms of various media entities, and their Westworld, which we've described as an extraordinarily dense show.
Yeah.
22 nominations, and this drama category, very, very difficult to call. So many great dramas. I do think there's an awful lot of audience affection for This Is Us. The NBC, last time there was a broadcast drama, I think was way back with Fox and 24. This Is Us has got the heart.
So
Don't you
true,
think people
Sam.
are going to cheer for all these stars?
Yeah, and we're showing Chrissy Metz right there. I read such a great story about her, and I hope we get to talk to her, that she was down and out in Hollywood, 84 cents in her bank account, and she had this audition. She didn't think she was going to get it, and she did, and it literally changed her life overnight. So we look forward to talking to the cast of This Is Us.
And we want to tell you this, if you want to participate in kind of guessing who's going to actually win all these Emmys, throughout the course of the afternoon, ktla.com/vote. ktla.com/vote, your opportunity to participate in a variety of polls, try to pick the winners as the potential winners actually walk here on our red carpet.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't wake up this morning looking quite like this.
You woke up like this,
That's right.
as they say.
Yes.
No, it took a little time, and to make these choices. You look very handsome, by the way,
so
but
much.
here's a little look at how we got ready this afternoon. We're high above the City of Angels, as KTLA's red carpet couture team is putting on the glitz at the Ritz-Carlton, LA.
Are you sure you trust me to wear those? You know me and jewelry.
I trust you to wear these.
Wardrobe Wonder Woman Anya Sar, armed with every diva detail.
I love the color. The color's beautiful.
So this dress, what I would do, this is all about your accessories. And thank God we have Twyla True jewelry. So if you take a look behind you, this is just a sample of the amazingness.
And this year, our gents also getting glam.
Okay, so first I like to set the mood. This is the L'Argonique Beauté Room Spray.
Feel ready to get into a tux.
We have none of this bow tie, okay? You're gonna wear a straight tie on the red carpet because it's 2017 and we're gonna call it modern and chic, Doug. You already look happier.
Okay.
And now we have to address that situation. So I know it's your thing. However, we're really, really trying to make you fancy, okay? So we're not gonna do this anymore.
No Converse.
This is really coming together, okay? Close, button. You feel good. I
do.
I can tell.
I do.
I have something special for these.
Sam getting suited in style at JB Clothiers,
I want you to meet someone very special. This is Jerry Bakhtian.
where the exclusive custom tuck service is touted as the winner of a one-of-a-kind wardrobes fit for a king. As for the ladies, our Cinderella dress card is checked at the Albright Fashion Library. The countdown is over. Now, it's glam and go time.
Okay, you guys are all set. Now, you guys know this. No one ever leaves a fitting of mine empty-handed.
Oh.
So, I have the L'Arganique Beauté getting ready gift bags for you.
Smooch.
What would we do without Anya?
No, I know, we'd be absolutely lost, but this is really amazing.
Thank you, Sam. This is an Alberta Ferretti gown from the Albright Fashion Library, LA, and then the Twyla True Fine Jewelry. Twyla True Fine Jewelry. How about you?
I got bejeweled as well, so here, pull that out.
Oh, look at these cufflinks.
And,
Very nice.
It is a Petite Philippe watch that, again, I'm not wearing, but rather caring for the next generation.
Now that
wow.
baby's going back tonight.
And then thanks so much to Jerry at JB Clothiers. Love this tuxedo. Never going to take it off. When we come back here, we're going to take off for a minute now. But the biggest stars in television and streaming, they're on the way.
Oh, we are so looking forward to it. We are live from the Emmys.
Live from the Emmys, and there's one of the Stranger Things stars. Purple is the color.
Oh, I like that. You know, every once in a while, you will see the gents, you know, take a step away from the traditional black tux.
The first lady of all television, Nancy O'Dell there, who we love. And I tell you what, Nancy will be among those after. Here's the red carpet. Then there's the ceremony. Then there's the governor's ball.
It's what, you know what, we have a great time here, but once this is over, they shut the door and we are not invited to the governor's ball. But it is a good time.
Watch this.
Welcome to the Governor's Ball. This is the first stop. This is where all the actors go right after the Emmy Awards. That's where they get their statues engraved. They get a glass of wine over there. And because this is the golden age of television, the entire room is dripping in gold. Are these what I think they are?
That's what they are.
Are these real?
These are real. This is the real Emmy. This is where all the winners will be standing. The recipients will come here with their Emmy, and we will personalize their name, and their title will be attached to this Emmy, and they will be able to walk around for the rest of the evening with their actual winning award.
How many flowers are you going to be using?
100,000 stems. You cannot believe it, right?
100,000 stems are going to be all over this place.
Absolutely. It's a Hollywood event. It has to be over the top.
And this being the golden age of television, was there really any other color scheme you could have gone with other than gold?
For this year, no. It was honorees, obvious the Gold Emmy.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just felt right this year that everything was in gold. Who doesn't feel special about the color gold?
Cheryl, good luck with everything. I'm sure everything's all done. It looks beautiful.
Thank you, a pleasure.
Thank you.
I love this dress.
All right, now you've seen what this place looks like. Pretty snazzy, right? Well, now you're about to see what it tastes like. Coming up, I'll show you the food and drink that are on the menu for this year's winners and attendees of the Emmy Awards.
Our beautiful Simone Boyce there.
That was fun, Simone. You know, I always love the photos from the governor's ball because that's when everybody, either you won or lost.
And you're relaxed.
And you're relaxed and you're having a good time with your friends.
Our good time with our friends continues here. We are live from the Emmys. Some of your favorite stars are on the way. Welcome back. We're live from the Emmys. Sam Rubin and Jessica Holmes, and people
Look at that dress.
The beautiful dress. Lauren Zarian, one of our fashion commentators, suggested jewel tones will be in. We'll see a lot of solid colors tonight. One other thing that we're going to see. And the envelope, please. Hoping
Under
to avoid,
lock and key.
Under lock and key.
Yeah.
I tell you what, a big race that I think is very, very difficult to predict, the drama actor nominees.
What a
so
good
many
category.
strong performances here.
Oh my goodness, where do we begin? Let's go ahead and show you the fellas who are nominated this evening. Sterling K. Brown for This Is Us, Anthony Hopkins for Westworld, Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul, Matthew Rhys, The Americans.
Liev Schreiber for Ray Donovan, Kevin Spacey, a veteran, back once again for House of Cards, and because every woman could say his last name and no man can.
Milo Ventimiglia. That just rolls off the tongue, Sam.
It's very easy.
But what a great category.
Hop on to ktla.com/vote. You see it right on the screen, your real-time tabulation as to who you wish walks away with an Emmy. Now, our friends Megan Henderson and Doug Kolk down the rest of the way. Who do you think is going to triumph there?
Oh, I actually think Sterling K. Brown is going to take it this year.
But it's going to be interesting because he's in the same category with his buddy Milo.
Right.
Everybody loves Milo.
I can say it too. Milo Ventimiglia.
But everybody loves Milo because everybody loves his character Jack in This Is Us, and you talk to the people in Hollywood, and the characters are pretty similar.
Can't you just see it?
Milo is kind of the patriarch of this cast.
He loves to take care of people, and he looks out for people, and he's a very compassionate man.
He's that, resilient, strong. We'll go to bat for you. We'll be the captain of the ship.
Milo's not a dad, but when I see him, playing a father, he's a lot like that. Even though he doesn't have kids, I can see him fathering children like that.
Yeah, I think so. They're my kids. I feel like these are my kids, and TV wife, and there are hints and notes of all of us and all of our characters. I mean, the reception of the show and the fans and everybody really embraced it, and they talked about it, and I feel like it's the best job I've had in 21 years.
All right, I might change my vote after
Megan,
watching that.
he makes us all look bad.
He does. Sam and Jess, we'll set it back to you.
And there was a great story about how Milo tried to vote for Sterling in that category, and they wouldn't let him. I guess they don't let you vote for your own category.
I suppose not. You know what? One of the co-stars, Gerald McRaney, is on the red carpet. He will join us in minutes. We're live from the Emmys. Let's take you back to Simone Boyce and this Governor's Ball, where folks like Gerald McRaney are going to enjoy a really good meal.
Yeah.
Nothing makes me hungry like a 3-hour-long award show, but luckily for this year's Emmy nominees, they won't be hungry or thirsty inside this year's Governor's Ball. Well, thank you very much. This is the main course.
This is the main course. So we're doing a pan-roasted filet mignon, and we're serving that on top of a spicy horseradish puree.
It looks so pretty. I don't want to eat it.
So those are our purple Weiser Farm potatoes, which are fantastic.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Thank you. What do you got here?
Yeah, so we created the signature cocktail for the evening. Pretty awesome honor to do. Already prepared here, we have the signature cocktail for the event, which is the Hillhaven Lodge Fireside Cocktail.
How many plates are you serving?
So we'll be serving over 4,300 people for the Governor's Ball. It's going to take about 40 executive chefs in the kitchen, 250 cooks, and we'll be prepping for several days beforehand.
Sam, this is for you. Wish you were here.
You try this margarita one here. It's this lovely champagne chocolate with the statuette on there. Sweet and savory.
We're gonna be here for a little while.
Yeah, orange blossom honey.
Okay, now I'm getting like chocolate high. Well, Philip, I think that about does it for me. I'm gonna tap out. Well, this is the last time I'll be inside the Governor's Ball. Just taking it in, just give me a minute. All right, that's enough. Well, this was fun, guys. Hope you had fun too. I'm Simone Boyce. I'll see you soon.
Simone!
I think that smile could walk her in. Come on.
I think she could pull it off. But you know what? We feel like her. It would be nice to get in, but at least we got to see what it looks like for this evening.
Carrie Coon is on the way, and several more of your favorite stars. I love that conversation with Gerald McRaney. He has good feelings about the show, and a lot more.
We're live from the Emmys.
Here you are.
Oh my goodness.
So nice to see you. You were on with us in our studio, and now here you are. So we'll take half of the credit. But I tell you what, these remarkable performances, and a lot of people say if there's any justice in the world, Fargo gets its due tonight.
Yes, I hope so. I'm really proud of the show. It's so smart, and I love my cast so much.
Yeah.
And I just think the work that Noah is doing is really exquisite in the world. He has so many projects. This is only one of many things he has going on, and I'm so grateful I was a part of it.
And I know another thing I love that you said about Fargo and the character you play, you being a girl that grew up in Ohio, you have a sensibility for the folks of the Midwest, and you kind of understand them and get it maybe more than a New Yorker would or somebody on the West Coast.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I'd like to think of it as sort of a tribute to where I'm from. I went to school in Wisconsin, and my family's all in Ohio. They're watching tonight. And Yeah, I'm proud to be from the Midwest. It's part of my work ethic and how I got here.
Gerald McGraney just said something to us that really, really struck me. He said there was always this thought in Hollywood or New York that if the material is too sophisticated, the people in the middle won't get it.
Oh, interesting.
But he feels that's changed.
Oh, well, I don't know that it's changed. It's just that we've realized it's not true. Because I know, speaking for my family, that I have some incredibly smart and sophisticated people. That's where I come from, you know, readers and people who went to college. And it's not above
all that kind of stuff.
heads. Yeah, I mean, Middle America is a very rich place for culture and, you know, even the way I grew up outside. And I just find it to be a really fertile ground for storytelling. And I love seeing more of these projects that are not afraid to embrace that.
And all this glam stuff. This, to me, is all icing on the cake. You laugh, but did you get a kick? Did you get started at 7 this morning? Or
No,
the results are fantastic, by the way.
Thank you so much. It takes a village. But I actually flew in this morning from New York because I'm doing a play. So I performed last night. So I got in at 10:30, and then we started at 11.
You're kidding.
No.
You know something else I read about you, and people that work with you say this, that you are a very, very good crier. What is it? Is it learned skill? Is that something you are naturally good at?
I suppose for me it has to do with the circumstances of the story. So if you're imaginatively engaged in circumstances and they feel real, and the stuff I work on is very well written, so it does, then I find that if you use your imagination, it's just like being a little kid. Right. If you believe the thing that you're experiencing in the story, then you can cry, I guess. It's a little bit of mystery. It's a little bit ephemeral to me,
and you're also really good, I think, is what it is.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right, Carrie, congratulations.
Thank you,
Enjoy
Carrie.
thank Thanks so much. Thank you. Really good to see you.
You too.
Thank you.
So pretty.
No, really beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so there's one of your nominated actresses. Are we going to talk actresses, Grace, or actors right now? We're going to go and our actresses. So let's put it up for you.
Okay.
Here we go. For the lead actress, Viola Davis, How to Get Away with Murder. Claire Foy from The Crown. Elizabeth Moss, arguably the front runner for Handmaid's Tale. Carrie Russell, again, always great in The Americans. Evan Rachel Wood from Westworld. And she's as mean as he is. Robin Wright.
You know what I think of whenever I see her on that show is steely.
Yes,
there is such a steely quality to her character in House of Cards.
iPower, KTLA.com/vote. KTLA.com/vote. Who is going to walk away at the moment? We're looking at Viola Davis.
Yeah.
Or, well, Elizabeth Moss. It's sort of back and forth. Again, we encourage you throughout the course of the afternoon to go to KTLA.com/vote. Megan and Doug, who are you voting for so far in terms of the conversations we've had?
Gosh, I love Viola Davis for that category, but of course you mentioned it, Sam. Elizabeth Moss, Handmaid's Tale. She is such a favorite right now.
I think hands down it's Elizabeth Moss.
Yes, and of course, speaking of Handmaid's Tale in general, you know, one of the stars of Handmaid's Tale are the costumes.
And did you know that there's a place you could actually go to downtown to check out these Emmy-nominated costumes in person? It's at the FIDM Museum. Let her rip.
This year, for costuming, we're taking TV another level.
My name is Alfred. I had another name, but it's forbidden now.
The costume designer, Anne Crabtree, two things were very important to her in particular. One was color, and the other was what she called fluidity. She wanted a color that would look like lifeblood. And then she was influenced by a priest in the Duomo in Milan and how he walked. And so when you watch, you see all those handmaids walking. It's very impacting. For The Crown, it's rumored to be the most expensive series on TV, and you see the quality in the costumes.
Never let them see that carrying the crown is often a burden.
First of all, the wedding gown. Now, this was Princess Elizabeth before she became Queen Elizabeth, and at the time, it was right after World War II, and people couldn't be extravagant. So supposedly, she paid for her wedding gown using clothing coupons. Now, that train of that dress, of the costume, took 6 to 7 weeks to make. 6 people hand embroidering that train. And the bodice, it takes 3 weeks to get all the pearls, all that applique embroidery done. Michelle Clapton, the costume designer, she also designs for Game of Thrones. So enough, that's enough. It's like, okay, drop the costume mic.
I don't like you, you don't like me.
Costume feuding? No, I'll give you a little bit of costume dish. Lou Eyrick, the costume designer, and she's Emmy Award winning, and she's nominated for Feud, which is Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. For the Oscar scene, they had to create this beaded gown that Joan Crawford wore. Now, originally, it was an Edith Head gown, but it was silver. They couldn't find silver fabric, so they bought white beaded fabric, and they dyed it silver. And by the way, a lot of people ask this, are these the real costumes? Yes. So the costume for Nicole Kidman, yes, that is for Nicole Kidman. The shirt for Reese Witherspoon, that is for her. So you come here and you get to see the actual garments that these actors wear. And then you also get to see how tall they are, or how short they are, or what size they are.
To us.
Oh, Sam and Jess, these costumes are so exquisite once you see them up close. Do check out the FIDM Museum if you get a chance.
Handmaid's Tale star Otifek Bentley is here.
Goodness.
But
Hi.
you joined us in our studio, Midnight
Great
Blue.
to see
But here's the
you.
thing, you're in this dramatic show, but you're really this funny and lively guy.
Well, thanks for saying so. Yeah, you know, you've got to balance it out, a little bit of yin and yang in your life, you know.
Yeah. So we saw a few of your castmates.
Right.
But working on this show, Handmaid's Tale, it is a I mean, you really could say it's a phenomenon. So many people are just in love with the show.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's really kind of taken off in such a big way. I think people have really responded to like that mix of an exciting thriller and something which has a bit of political overtones.
And the fact that, again, you've had this very successful background in lighter fare.
Right.
Did you think, wait a minute, what are they doing?
Well, you know what? I've managed throughout my career to have a little bit of a balance, a bit of the dark, a bit of the light, a bit of the funny. I've done a musical once, historical
How'd that
drama,
go?
anything really, anything to keep me off the streets.
What about this street? I don't believe you've ever walked the Emmy red carpet before.
This is my premiere at Emmy.
And what are we
Breaking the
thinking
Cherry.
so far?
It's very busy. There are lots of people. You know, it's like a street market, really. People selling their wares. But I'm excited.
Selling their wares is a
You
very
can
good way
get some
to
like roasted pecans lower that way.
Are they really? Because I'm starving. Have you
Some
guys got
soft
anything
serves.
to
Jim, I've got M&M's plain peanut. I've got snacks of all sorts. What would you like?
This is how you guys keep yourself nourished while you're here. You've
Well,
got...
we also, it's a way to lure people in. If people
Right,
seem like
get
they
them with
want to
the
walk
chocolate.
past us, we get them with the M&Ms.
Get them with the chocolate. It's been my life. Oh, look at
We're
this.
not kidding around. Here you are.
Oh, thank you. This is so, I'm so.
Is this
is the best award.
Is this arguably better than the Emmy you may the show may receive tonight?
I'd like to thank my mother, my agent.
Oh, I have a question.
you.
I have a question
Yeah, go
about
on.
that. When a show wins,
Right.
do you decide beforehand who's going to talk?
Listen, they don't want me talking. That would be a mess. Right? Whoever's going to talk, I know it's not even part of the discussion. It's like someone more eloquent than me is going to. Someone who won't be eating M&Ms while they're doing it.
OT, we're going to send you on away with a water too.
You guys are the best. Can I say that?
You can.
Very good. Enjoy tonight.
Great to
Thanks
see
so
you.
much.
Take care.
Oh, that is fun. Boy, it heated up all of a sudden.
It
Jessica and I
has,
were talking
Sam.
just before. It's now every single star you can imagine. And we're going to talk to all of them.
We are looking forward to it. We are live from the Emmys. We'll be right back.
All right, as one Emmy nominee leaves, another Emmy nominee joins us. Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
Show is so good, and you're so good in it. And is it more of a challenge than other things you've done?
I mean, yeah, sure, it's a challenge, but it was such a welcome challenge. You know, it's what actors dream of, to be able to be a part of a series, but you can change it up.
Isn't that so? An anthology, right?
Series,
is what it's known as.
You have to, anthology series.
Right, because we were talking to Felicity, who was talking about how great it is because you can play these different characters within the same show.
Yeah, it's like a repertory group. I mean, you get the chance to come back the next season and like, okay, so what are we doing? What's going to be the show this year? Yeah.
A dream for an actor.
It really is. It really is.
And Flicka said to us, and I'll ask because I love that nickname. It's so great. This phrase, peak TV, the golden age of television. She feels they're living it. Are you living it?
I feel like it. I mean, like I think cable and streaming, Netflix has opened things up where there's so much content and wow, her dress is amazing. Oh, I wish you guys could turn the camera and see what I'm seeing.
I saw like
did you see what I saw?
Shoulder pad situation.
There's a window here, and I don't know if it was a famous person, but it was a pretty crazy dress.
The dress was famous.
Yes.
It'll make her famous if nothing else.
It will.
No, yes. I think we're at a time where there's so much content and so many wonderful stories being told and stories that make you feel a certain way inside. Yeah, we're living it right now.
Enjoy tonight. We'll see you up
Thanks,
there.
Regina. Always good to see you. Have fun tonight.
Oh, I tell you, I love it.
Her eyes were dreamy.
All right, there. Look at this. The Regina Matt Walsh, the mutual bow.
There's a.
All right.
Yes, likewise.
All right.
And then Edie Falco's there too. Hi, Edie. There.
Matt, should we curtsy? I would.
Was she bowing to you because of your great work in Veep? You've got a book out, don't you?
I don't have a book.
Okay, why did I think
Mike
that you did?
McClintock or Matt Walsh? No.
Either way.
Mike McClintock might have a book someday, but not Matt Walsh.
Just making up on that.
Congratulations
But
on your nomination.
Thank you very much. You were the first one of you two to congratulate me.
Well,
Little late.
You know,
Little late.
I was just
knew.
working around others. I knew,
Veep
but I wasn't
is his
saying.
favorite show too.
Thank you very
and,
much.
And you walk in here tonight with the expectation, Julia breaks records.
I hope so.
The show possibly gets another win.
So. Yeah, I hope so. And I hope I win a trophy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not?
It's
Did
okay
you
to
have a
root
speech
for yourself.
prepared?
I did. I wrote my speech this morning.
Okay, is it in one of these pockets?
It better be.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Oh my gosh. And it's handwritten.
It's handwritten.
It's
Okay.
kind of scribbly. Will you be able?
Are you afraid you
And I
might
didn't
make a
bring my
mistake?
glasses.
Could there be a mistake or two?
Oh, like the Oscars? Or my mistake? Or like, or where they say the wrong person and then they bring me back?
You're reading your own scribbly writing.
Oh,
Could
no.
you possibly?
I'm going to improvise it.
Okay.
I have the bullet points. Yeah.
By the way, do you guys do a bit of improv on the set of Veep? Because you guys
We
are
do,
all.
but we use improv mostly in the rehearsal room, and the writers are in there taking notes. So
Do they usually go with your improv?
they do. It's very collaborative. It's one of those rare shows where we have a lot of input, but the writers, the scripts are completely written by the time we film them.
Yeah.
Film them.
And enjoy tonight. We'll see you
Yeah,
backstage.
Dave.
I hope with holding that Emmy.
Remember, it's a marathon, guys. Take it
Okay.
slow.
You got
Take it slow. We got a lot of
Just
stuff.
the beginning.
Here comes Edie Falco. Well, there you got to greet Matt Walsh there. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. How you doing? I'm all right, thank you.
So less pressure because a presenter here tonight,
Yes.
and I'm sure a TV fan. You're probably rooting for several of your colleagues tonight.
I'm probably doing what?
Rooting for several of your colleagues tonight.
I am rooting for them because they're friends of mine, but the truth is it's almost impossible to stay on top of everything that's going on right now.
There's almost too much to see.
There's almost too much to see.
Including your new miniseries
There's
about the
billboards.
Menez brothers.
Well, there's time
All
to
over
see
town.
some things.
And when is
They'd be
that
so
airing?
happy if I said that. What's that?
When is it airing? Because I've seen the billboards all over
on
town.
September 26th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an 8-part thing.
We revere The Sopranos. We revere Nurse Jackie. What about? But to have all these great roles, that must speak about what's happening in television right now.
I think so. I mean, I know it was like a battle cry for a long time about women's roles and stuff, but I don't know. I've been very happy with the stuff that's come along in the last bunch of years.
Yeah. Edie, such a pleasure. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
everything.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing you on stage
Thank
this
you.
evening.
Thank you.
All
There
right.
we go.
Have fun.
Nice to see Edie.
Bye.
A relaxed Edie Falco there.
Very.
And nervous nominees on the way.
Oh,
we
my goodness.
continue. We're live from the Emmys. We're back here in just a minute. Likewise, Sterling K. Brown on the way, and so too the stars. Are they saying, come on up?
I can't believe the mistake I did. You don't step in front of a man like Mandy Patinkin and expect to get interviewed out of it.
But he was cool. He was totally
great.
cool
He's
about
amazing.
it. Hello. Oh,
I mean,
the
I'm
whole
quoting
thing,
Princess
the whole
Bride to him.
thing.
I think he was like, pump the brakes.
American Ninja Warrior, how we doing? Nominated.
Jessica's not feeling tiny at all. As you hang,
Very, very tall, the three of us.
As you hang with these studs and the show, which is so popular, how will they react if Emmy goes your way tonight?
Oh gosh. Well, first of all, I need to plug my ears because the two of them speak very, very loud. Have you ever heard him say American Ninja Warrior?
No, but we'd like to.
No, you do pump it up into the break.
If we
Go ahead, just do regular and then do that.
Well, we would be thrilled if they said, and now winning the Emmy, American Ninja Warrior.
That's not how it would
That's
be.
halfway. That's halfway.
So they would both be very loud. Akbar might do a cartwheel or something, and we'll be very excited.
Akbar, you know what? We were so surprised to learn about Matt the last time we saw him, that he's a doctor.
Yeah, you know
a
what?
real MD.
Yeah, he is. You know, that was actually my dream job, was to be a doctor. And because I didn't get past physiology, I thought about, majoring in kinesiology. Every now and again, I'll throw out some terms out there, and Matt will bump me out there and says,
Actually, Akbar, that's his cerebral cortex. And I'm like,
You know what,
oh,
Matt,
my bad.
Matt, we need you to do us a favor. Say good luck to you guys. Enjoy tonight. Say,
you.
Sam, coming up to the podium, Sterling K. Brown.
Sam, coming up to the podium right now from This Is Us, the great Sterling K. Brown!
Also, wait, future
Bodyguard.
Ninja Warrior, right?
Do you want to be a Ninja Warrior? Thank you, guys.
I would love to. No, I'm security.
You're not losing him.
Congrats. Good luck. See you later, man. Thank you, fellas.
Here's the thing that I cannot forget.
Yes,
when
sir.
The People vs. OJ came out, you came on our show,
Yes.
we talked about it, and with this sort of smile and glint in your eye, you said, I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's
This
good.
Is us, man. Thank you so much. From the moment that I read that pilot, I knew that we had something special on our hands. Now, whether or not everybody else recognizes that it's special is a whole nother thing. So the fact that the public took notice and the fact that we get a chance to be here tonight and that the critics have taken notice as well, it's a dream beyond dreams. Like, we're really happy, and we get a chance to be here together. It's awesome.
And Ron Cephas-Jones is here with his daughter.
Yes.
And you can tell, and I feel this is really true, the nomination is the win.
The nomination is incredible. Listen, nobody is anticipating anything from network television these days in these categories.
Yeah.
So the fact that this father-son journey enabled the both of us to be here talking to you this evening, that's the dream, baby. That's the dream.
And the fact that you and Milo are in the same category,
Yeah.
and the way that you two love each other, which all of us at home love,
Thank you.
is that tough? Is that exciting, weird? What is it
It's
for you
all
tonight?
love. We know at the end of the day, the real treat, the real gift is the show.
Yeah.
The real gift is that we get a chance to show up day in and day out and tell the story of this Pearson family, and that anything else that happens is just the cherry on top. This cast loves each other in a sickening kind of way.
Well, but you know, Gerald McRaney said something, too. He talked not only about the performers. He said after doing the first scene, he turned to Milo and Mandy, and he's like, this is a show that's been on the air for years, that he felt like it was a return from a hiatus, not like it was brand new.
Yeah, I mean, the vibe that we were able to establish from the beginning, the producers got us together for an initial dinner. We all, drank and ate and for like 3 or 4 hours, and by the time it was over, it was like, this is right. Like, this fits, this feels right,
And that's what we can tell at home, you know, when we watch.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Congratulations.
It. Thank you so
Enjoy
much.
tonight. You're going to have a good luck tonight. Thanks so
Right
much.
on,
Thank you
guys.
so much. Quick break here, and we're back. Oh, boy, that was
the best.
And Jeffrey Tambor
Jeffrey
on the way.
Tambor.
Judith Light is right here.
Yeah.
The stars are pouring in. We're live from the Emmys. Stick with us. We're back here with more in just a minute. Look at that carpet filled up.
Are you just giving out all kinds of great stuff tonight?
We have a whole thing of
goodie bag.
And can we just talk about how happy we are that this is in? Oh my God, this is like fantastic.
Yeah, we got whatever you need.
Clearly.
So we're in a break right now. They're just going to press a button in a minute or two, and we'll be good.
Am I supposed to hold this?
You don't have to. Okay, we're good.
Okay. Put it in my brassiere.
You want me to? We can put it over here. Yeah.
5, 4, 3. Judith Light, no stranger to the Emmy red carpet. People love your show, and the Emmys love your show.
Yes, I know. I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud to be a part of it, I have to say.
And I tell you what, unbelievably great from the get-go, and the quality is kept up. How hard is that to do?
It's really difficult to do, and we have such an amazing team of people. I mean, Jill Soloway is our visionary, our creator. And she's the one that really sets forth where we're going to go. And she puts together a writing team that makes all that possible. And then she gives us the room to move and grow. And it's just so incredibly exciting. It's probably the most exciting television that I've gotten to do in recent years.
And your episode on the cruise ship broke my heart. You know, you're the mom and you want to hang out with your kids, and then the Alanis Morissette moment. Is that the moment that you submitted for your Emmy nomination?
Yeah, I did. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That was Jill's sister, Faith Soloway.
Really?
She worked with me on that. She's an incredible musician, and so we worked together on that. And I said to them, why hand in my pocket from Alanis Morissette? And they said, just trust us. We're not going to do it like she did. And Alanis is a fan of the show, and she's an extraordinary person. And she said, yes, do this song. And so we did it a whole different way.
This is so great. Judith, enjoy tonight. Congratulations.
Judith, we love you, and every child of the 80s loves you for Who's the Boss and always will.
That's just because I'm old.
No! Love you, Judith Light. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Oh, we're back live from the Emmys there, and there Judith is taking her mints and her M&Ms.
Yep.
We say goodbye to Judith. Here comes Tony Hale.
Judith Light.
That was so fun to talk to her. We're going to ideally show you that a little later. We
go after Judith Light.
Can't go after Judith Light?
She's like amazing. What's up, Jessica? What's up, Sam?
Okay, here's the thing.
I'm so happy to see you. It's like a joy bump. When I see you guys, where I'm like, happy, normal faces I recognize, all that stuff.
That's how we feel when we see you. Same way.
Thank you.
Okay.
So all these statistician types. If Julia wins, this record is set. When the show wins, this record is set. If Tony wins, Matt will be sad, but this record is set. Matt came here, and he's like, I want it. My turn.
Did he say that?
Yeah, basically.
All right, well, you know what, Matt? I want it. No, we just got announced that our show is it's going to be its final season this next season. So we haven't really seen each other since the news. So we're going to do a lot of hugging tonight. We're going to have a blast shooting this season, but we're going to do a lot of hugging.
How do you guys get through these scenes, especially your character and the way? Oh, thank you, Tony.
Those are cool.
Thank you. Is it just a laugh riot? And you have to pull it together, cut?
I'm the guy that breaks the most, and to the point where Julia said to me once, "You know you're not. What was it? You know you're not watching the show. You're in the show." And I was like, "All right, but it's a funny show." But we don't. I'm the closest to her, so I hear all the funny stuff. And it's really hard to keep a straight face. It's really hard.
Are you a fan of Stranger Things?
Yes. Are the kids behind me?
No, Barb is across the way.
No way.
Say, Megan and Doug, we want to hear from you and Barb.
Hey, guys, I want to hear from you and Barb.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Hello.
Did you see getting a little shout out from Tony Hale?
He's adorable, and I love him.
Yes.
So that's incredible.
Congratulations, first of all, on your Emmy nomination. We were just talking about how surreal this is for you. You were living in Atlanta when the job for Stranger Things came up,
Yeah,
right?
I was in my senior year of high school, and I was working at a movie theater, and my life has done a complete 180, and it's amazing.
Working at a movie theater?
Yeah.
What the heck? How does this happen? This is where dreams happen. You're living in New York now.
Yeah.
So, Barb, what is it? Why are people so obsessed with Barb?
I don't know, really. I mean, I like to think that I put my heart and soul into her, and I think everybody has kind of been a Barb at some point or other. We've all felt a little awkward or left out. So I like to think Barb is kind of like the patron saint for all the losers. It's great.
So Tony Hale brought it to you. Why don't you send it back to Jeffrey Tambor?
Yeah, Jeffrey Tambor, I love you. I hope you have a great night.
Oh, well, you know what? Barb from Stranger Things wishing you love.
Oh, thank you. Well, I love you. Gosh, have a good time.
Jeffrey Tambor, I have to ask you, because your acclaimed book, if I recall correctly, in it you say, and you cite Helen Mirren and Portia de Rossi as two examples, that the women are into you, to the point where you think, so you smooch with Helen Mirren, I believe, on the set of The Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone, and I thought that she was in love with me. You see, men are idiots, and they are of a lower order. What a silly ass to do. And I thought, oh well.
So you're doing
Helen.
You're doing Arrested Development, and here comes beautiful Portia de Rossi, and you think she too is in love with you.
She was flirting with me. I actually think she's coming on to me right now, and that's
I thought I was being subtle, Jeffrey,
Yeah.
but I guess.
How are you? I've not met you
I'm
before.
good. Jessica, such a
Hi.
pleasure. Big fan of yours.
Congratulations. How's Sam treating you?
Sam, again, he thinks I'm hitting on him as well, and I'm like, Sam, we've known each other for decades.
100 years.
Yeah.
I love Sam Rubin.
Yes.
I've been going to that studio forever. He's the real deal. And you know what's interesting, Sam, and this is interesting, is that you guys don't go ho-hum. I couldn't do what you do. I would just go, oh, and you do it, and that's great.
Well, that's nice of you to say. I want to get back to this idea that every actress is in love with you. This is why. No, this is why.
Great.
This is.
Anyway.
No, but this is why I would want to become an actor too, to have all these actresses falling in love with me.
See, the truth is revealed here, Jeffrey. That's why he asked you that.
This is what my son said. I said, I don't think I'm going to win tonight. He just said, oh, you have to. They're so cavalier. I went, oh, okay, well, great. I don't think I'm going to win tonight, but we're all winners.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right,
And you know what? I couldn't think of a more important time to be here. And these great entertainers in the room. And
the notion of a quote-unquote political evening, is that appealing?
Can't wait to see. Do you think Colbert will, what do you think? He'll go soft or hard?
No, I think he'll go really hard.
Yeah.
I hope he goes hard.
I hear there's a musical number as well.
Oh, great. It's time. It's time. Yeah.
Enjoy tonight.
I love you.
Thank you.
Jessica, what a pleasure
Jeffrey,
meeting you.
pleasure.
I think she's coming on to me. I just feel
I know. No, it's true.
I'm uncomfortable.
She does it to everybody.
I'm uncomfortable.
We are live from the Emmy Awards. Sam Rubin and Jessica Holmes, and we're not alone the night of getting an extraordinary amount of attention and well-deserved. John Turturro, people love the show.
Yeah, well, it's a beautifully written show, and it's superbly cast, and I'm just, I was really happy to be a part of it. Steve Zalian and Richard Price were the writers, and Steve did a remarkable job. And it's a very relevant show because it's about the criminal justice system, and it's about the gray area in that system and how someone can be accused, and if you don't have money to make bail, you don't have money to have a good lawyer, you can wind up waiting a long time in a place like Rikers Island, which is worse than actually a prison. It was a real joy to work on such rich material.
And do you hope material like that facilitates change? I mean, I think
at least it brings into the spotlight. You're exploring and you're humanizing it.
Yeah.
And maybe people who don't ever think about it would say, wow, this is really unfair. When a kid can be put in solitary confinement for a misdemeanor for like 2 years as he's waiting trial. So I think it's good. It's a civilizing influence.
Yeah, and
so I think that's good.
And your character has so many unique little quirks, if you want to call them.
He's a quirky character. Yeah, he's got a lot of problems, but like a lot of people do.
But lovable.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes the characters were all written as human beings, and I think that's a real joy to get involved. Obviously he's got a lot of physical problems, but that was a nice challenge.
It's a great,
That's what you want.
A great portrayal, John. Enjoy tonight.
Thank you,
Thanks
John.
so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Thank
We say
you.
goodbye to John Turturro. We say hello to Jane Fonda.
Jane.
And John and DJ Fonda. So there we go.
Oh my goodness, she's so gorgeous.
Yes. No, it's always has been.
I just can't. Jane Fonda.
There she is. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Congratulated John Turturro on the body of his work.
Yes.
People love Grace and Frankie, and look at these Emmy nominations.
Yeah, isn't it fun? We're going to have a good time. Whatever happens, it'll be fun.
See, I would love to join you and Lily, because it really
You're
does
right.
seem like the two of you just have a good old time in your film.
We do. We have a good time.
She is hilarious.
She is.
And is there as much sort of laughter when you're not doing it as when you are? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So would the outtakes of Grace and Frankie be its own show?
Oh, yeah. Yes, they're always very funny. The gag reels are very funny. Yes.
And you and Lily have had a relationship over the years.
We have.
Right? So does that help with a cast like this when you have that
you work very hard when you're doing an episodic television show. This is new to me. And it really helps to be with somebody that you love.
Well, when you reference that it is new to you, you remember back in the day this very strict demarcation. Movie stars were movie stars. TV stars were TV stars. Never the twain shall meet.
Oh, yeah.
When do you think that
I was under contract to Warner Brothers in the late 50s, and they were trembling at the idea that television was going to take over and destroy the movie industry.
And now a lot of people say that broadcast television is trembling because of these streaming services. Do you think there's reason to be concerned?
I don't know. I can't answer that. But the streaming services, certainly, they are succeeding, and Netflix was the leader. And I made a movie for Netflix with Bob Redford that's coming out in not a week or something.
Really?
And the one thing people say to us is they enjoy working with Netflix so much because once you've agreed on what you're going to do, they leave you alone. There's no notes.
Yeah, no, it's true. They're a wonderful company to work for. So is HBO.
And Jane, you always have. You look amazing. Is it yoga, what are we doing to keep in such great shape all the time?
Well, thank you very much.
Really?
No, good attitude, good posture. I just came back from Venice and Florence, so I've been eating a lot of pasta. But you know, you walk and you stay as good up here as you can.
See, and posture is the tip. Jane, it's nice to see you tonight. Enjoy
Jane,
tonight. Thanks so much.
Such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Love the pink.
Jane Fonda there. We take a quick break here. We are live from the Emmys. That was kind of exciting.
And did you see the back of her jewels on the back of her neck?
Oh, look at that.
Jane Fonda. Wow. All right. We are live from the Emmys. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing.
Oh, hey.
Why? Okay, Blackish is great. We'll get to that in a
I stepped
second.
up here and I was like, who is that?
Yeah.
That's not me.
There you go.
I see it now. I was looking at the wrong monitor.
To tell the truth, should have gotten a nomination because you're so good at that too.
Yeah. My mother didn't fill out her ballot in time.
Your mom is good on that show.
No, she is. She thinks the show's all about her. She really does. But we have a great time. She'll be here tonight. Watch out.
Okay, well, last year we talked to you about this, that if you didn't win, you weren't going to pretend to be happy like everybody else pretends to be happy.
Did I pretend to be happy last year?
No, you gave us the real face.
If it happens again this year, wait. I might throw things this year. I just might.
But people love Blackish so much, and I think it's because, and maybe I'll just speak for myself, as a kid growing up, I loved those family shows where I could sit down with everybody, and I looked at a mom and a dad and kids that were functioning and happy, and I mean, they had real stuff, but I think people long for that.
No, we do. And you know, and developing the show when Kenya Barris, who created our show, when we sat down 5 years ago, that's exactly what we wanted to do. We looked at the landscape of television and what was missing from it for us as viewers. And, you know, we grew up Norman Lear fans, you know, All in the Family, The Jeffersons, you know, Good Times. Those are shows that we wanted to emulate and bring to the forefront, you know, that had social commentary, that dealt with real issues, and that was also comedic, and that the entire family could sit down and watch together.
Anthony, look at the monitor here. We're going to press a button, and one of your TV kids is with Doug Kolk and Megan Henderson. Okay. If they press the button properly, we'll see it pop up, and then you can evaluate your TV.
What's up?
Here's one of them.
Look at Kayla.
How does she do on the show?
You know what? She is a living legend at 9 years old. That's how when she started with us. I love Kayla. Yeah. Can she hear us?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can. And what do you want to say to him?
She's wearing 6-inch heels tonight.
Oh, she says you look dapper.
Yes, you look dapper.
I'm talking about your TV dad or your TV brother?
Oh.
Hey, Marcus.
Hey, Kayla, what's up?
How does he look?
You look dapper as well.
Thank you. You look beautiful.
Well,
yes, you are going to win. You're going to take that W. We are going to take that W.
Believe in you, Anthony. We believe in you. We are going to win. We're going to win tonight. Yeah, we all going to win. Let's go.
This is what we like about Anthony, is he's the one who's very honest about, hey, look, we're not here to not win. We're here to actually win.
We're here to take home the W. That's the only way we operate. We don't lace up our shoes to take second in a race. Yeah, exactly. We're here to set records, baby. World records.
Okay, can we talk about him as a TV dad and what kind of advice he imparts on you?
I think Anthony, one of the biggest pieces of advice I think we all echo is that Anthony has taught us school is for suckers, okay? We're here to act, all right? No, but seriously, Anthony is such an inspiration. I mean, every single scene that he does is just ridiculously wild and amazing, and he's just super cool TV dad.
Yep.
And then is there?
Look at go.
Look what he's rolling with.
Hundreds.
Wait, Anthony, are you going to a poker game afterwards?
No, I'm paying my kids all night to say good things about me.
That was a Pat O'Brien roll of money. Oh my God! I've never seen that much dough in a long time.
I hope little Caleb saw that.
Yeah. Is it? Are there times where you guys are having so much fun, some director or somebody says, hey, wait a minute, we actually have to do this?
That happens all the time. They cut us off too early, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, they cut us off too early. But I try to run a loose set because after we give what's on the page, we start to go and ad-lib, and that's when the real magic happens. And I'd like to say this about Marcus Scribner. Marcus Scribner was great when he started out 4 years ago, but I love the actor that he's become, the comedic genius that this young man has become over the last 4 years. I think I'm responsible for that, but I still like to give him his props for that.
Thank you. All right.
Gentlemen, you enjoy
I'm going to give this back now. There you go. Thank you.
Well, you're carrying rolling deep, too.
See how it goes?
You're big money. Go on your way. Good to see you, man.
Thank you guys so much. Congratulations.
Very good. Here comes Millie Bobby Brown. We're going to work her way up here. There we go. Hi, Millie. How are
we'll
you?
We'll help you up, sweetheart.
Good to see you.
What a beautiful.
You were my first live interviewer.
There we are.
There we are.
And you might recall we had that live interview, and a little man named Denzel Washington came up at the SAG and gave you that wonderful advice.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was really cool.
Okay, honey, you are the belle of the ball.
The belle
this
of the
is
ball.
the best thing. Did you feel like a princess when you got into it?
Yes, I felt like a princess. Oh, look at me! That's so weird.
A vision.
Yeah. No, I felt like a princess. It's truly awesome to be wearing Calvin Klein. I never thought I'd be wearing it, and it's a very exciting night for everyone.
Here's the thing. People love this show. They have a great affection for it. And what's happened to all the quote-unquote kids on the show is an enormous boost to your career on the show and off of the show. The phone hasn't stopped ringing, has it?
Oh, I don't know if my phone's ringing or not. I just text my friends. My friends call me, but I don't know about that stuff. I mean,
what do your friends think?
They're very supportive. I feel like I'm very lucky. I can only count my friends on one hand, so my true friends anyway, but we have an awesome friendship and they support me throughout everything.
And if you win this evening, you will be the youngest Emmy winner of all time.
Yeah, I will. It's very exciting. I don't want to think about it. I'm like, ah!
I know,
yeah.
I know, but it's exciting.
It is very exciting.
Well, we will see you backstage. I'll be your first post-Emmy win interview, too.
Don't say that!
Okay.
Have fun, Millie, and twirl that dress all the way down the carpet. Oh, my goodness. She's
James
so
Corden, how do you follow Millie Bobby Brown looking as beautiful as she does?
Well, I mean, how do you follow anybody looking as beautiful as they do at these events? Jessica Biel's over there. All I've really got is this face.
But can I say, who am I most excited to meet?
Oh, come on, you're lying.
This guy
You're
right
very
here.
kind.
James
That isn't
Corden.
true. Come
you
on.
are the biggest deal in Hollywood,
That's
sir.
not true. You're very lovely. Thank you.
But you know what? You have retained your popularity on both sides of the pond. Anytime I'm in London, you're doing a slew of spots and a million other things. Did you have a fear of sorts? You come here to try to make it here, which is not easy to do, and which you have done, but leaving behind that fan base there?
I don't know. It's all a constant worry, all of it. You're constantly worried. I don't know. I never envisaged that we'd be in America this long. I thought the show would be cancelled within months, so I guess I didn't really give any thought to what would happen at home because I just thought, well, we'll be back. I wouldn't even let my wife buy a couch. We rented furniture. That's how sure I was. That's how sure I was of failure.
Oh.
So, you know, we're all very, very happy and lucky to be here.
Do you have a sense now that you are going to be here for a while? I will tell you that you're going to be here for a while.
I don't know really. I do. Look, of course,
you bought a couch.
We've bought a couch. We definitely bought a couch. I appreciate, you know.
Are you at the ottoman stage? Will you buy an ottoman?
I love that we're grading my contract with furniture. No, I know that I have a few years to go on my contract, and in truth, whether we stay, how long we stay, will be dependent on our children and people at home who are getting, you know, older. So we'll toss or burn, we'll cross or burn that bridge when we get to it.
Okay.
Stephen Colbert, you've given him advice.
I haven't given him any advice.
He didn't call you up.
Yeah, well, he can't ask me for advice. He's been on the air for 15 years. If he's asking me for advice, he's in real trouble. Yeah, he's going to be great, though. I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Enjoy tonight.
Thank you,
really
James.
nice to see you, James.
Such
Thanks
a
so much.
pleasure.
Very nice to see you both.
See you.
Thank you.
See you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Stanley Tucci.
the actor's actor, Stanley
Oh, my
Tucci. Nice to see you. How are you?
See you too.
Stanley, such a pleasure.
Nice to see you.
Is there better work now than there has ever been? This seems to be our theme tonight, as some actors are saying, I'm not in one show, I'm in two, I'm in three, and I've never had this range of opportunity.
Well, the opportunities are much greater now than ever before because of all the different venues. Cable has changed everything, the internet has changed everything, and I think we're all the better for it.
And you are in feud with, it's about Betty Davis and Joan Crawford.
Yes.
What a fun, delicious kind of a role to be in, right?
Yeah, it was great.
And to work with those ladies, Susan Sarandon and Jessica Lange.
Yes, it was wonderful. Susan I knew for a long time, but I'd never met Jessica before. It was a wonderful experience.
And Ryan Murphy, he is the genius behind this as well.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting, so many things that he loves to pull the same characters into his projects.
I know.
Are you going to be one of them now?
I certainly hope so. It was a great experience. Yeah.
And I don't know, if we were to rewind 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that cast would have done that project for the movies. But the fact that it's on cable TV, I think it makes it more widely seen. Well, I think what you can do, first of all, you can do much more because it's a longer format.
Yeah.
And also, more people will see it. It's very simple.
I was reading something about you that the greatest privilege about being an actor is getting paid to really...
Getting paid.
Getting paid to play and to do what you love and be creative. There's no greater gift.
It's the end of that great song that Bobby Darin used to sing, and I get paid for doing this. Enjoy tonight, sir. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Stanley,
Such a
always.
pleasure.
Thanks so much. Good. You have had some experience with stuff of this ilk. We talked to you before the show came out.
Yes.
And now look what's happened, and look where you are.
I know. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
I can't. No.
I can believe it.
No.
You're talented, you're beautiful, you're fierce as hell.
Oh.
Yep.
He's my dad. I think he's required to say that.
No, that comes from the heart, Chris.
Well,
it comes
I know
from the
it
heart.
does, Milo. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sterling was just here and said the way you guys love each other is almost too much.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's a real family. It's real love, and it just makes it that much sweeter.
Yeah, I mean, you put a talented group of people together that care about the work and care about the art, and then you make us a family. You force us to be a family, but then it just naturally happens.
Yeah.
You know, we really are like the luckiest people in town.
Thank goodness everyone's lovely.
So walk me through what might happen tonight. And the winner is Milo.
Chrissy Metz.
And what happens when
Milo? I will scream. I will be so excited. I cried my eyes out when his name was called during the nomination, so I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I might just jump up and down.
And a lot of people think this will be the case. If this show wins for Best Drama in an extraordinarily competitive Best Drama category, you're getting mushy already, I can tell.
Yes, it's so, network has it's been some time since it's been recognized, and I think that the show is so relevant right now. Well, could be forever because we all have feelings, and, we're all trying to figure this life thing out. So, I don't know, it would just be really wonderful. Yeah.
Well, America loves you, and
we love them.
And they really want to see all of you there up on stage tonight accepting that award. And we hope that happens.
It would be an honor, but I tell you, the biggest honor is knowing that we go back to work tomorrow.
Right. That we have a job that we love.
Yeah, with an amazing crew.
Is it an early call?
Sterling. I was like, how did I luck out?
I know, and he has a monster monologue tomorrow. Oh boy, thank God he's as good as he is.
Yeah. Joe McRaney was here much earlier on, and he said why this show is successful: quality of the casting, quality of the writing. But it's not about superheroes. It's about regular, real people, and a very diverse spectrum of regular, real people.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said earlier, that we're all trying to figure this life thing out, and we have ebbs and flows, and it's not what happens to us, but how we react to it. And I think that the Pearsons are like showing America again how to talk about stuff.
I feel like we almost are superheroes, though. Like we're the superheroes that are tangible. We're the superheroes that you can actually really relate to.
Yeah.
Being a role model, being a father, being a good spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, any of that, or sister, any of that. It's like we are heroic in what we do, and I think that's the best show to the audience.
Enjoy tonight,
we
both
love
of you.
you guys.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you so much.
I know. I was like,
wow, that is really exciting. That's going to be a big night for them. There we go. And here comes, thank you again, Milo, so much. Here we are.
Mr.
Good, very well.
Good.
Hello, how are you?
Good
Come on
evening.
up.
Good evening.
Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Mary, is he nervous or is he excited?
Excited. Hi, how are you?
People love this show. Boy, do they.
Well, I'm one of those people who loves this show, and I'm in it.
So much the better.
Handy.
I have more reason than most to love it.
I heard you had to kind of change your appearance a bit to really get into the role. What was it that you had to do?
Firstly, I look a little bit more like Winston Churchill than I realized. I was not all that happy about that.
But he's quite a bit shorter.
He's much shorter.
Yeah.
I'm 6'4", around 225 pounds. He was 5'7" and 225 pounds, so I had to change my silhouette.
Your fellow nominee, Claire Foy, people just think is the most remarkable actress. You've worked opposite so many amazing performers. What is it about her?
Well, she's a absolutely wonderful person, just big, generous-hearted. She's a mom. She has a little baby and a wonderful husband. She's just... I'm so crazy about her. If it weren't for Mary, I would run off with her. And she's just so genuine and so much fun to act with. You wouldn't think so. Most of our scenes were deadly serious, but we were bubbling with laughter like the whole time.
Enjoy tonight, both of you. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Quick break here. We're back with more. We're live from the Emmys.
Hi, Sophia.
How are you?
Good.
How are you?
Beautiful. You look beautiful.
As do you. Do you ever tire of this? I think you've walked this 8 years in a row.
No, I don't try to get tired of anything because that would be ungrateful. You know, I try to like embrace and appreciate because, you know, in this business, one day you're famous, the other day nobody remembers.
But you're really smart. You're a very savvy business person as well. You've done a lot of work that people aren't aware of.
Yeah, because I know time flies and life is short, so I like to take advantage of everything. You know, Modern Family is my priority, 8 years nominated. It has allowed me to do so many things. Now I'm launching one of my favorite things ever because I'm helping women with Abby, that is Empowered by You company. It's a subscription underwear company that is going to help empower women all over the world to get their own businesses. So I'm very excited for this year.
Did you always see this for yourself when you were a younger girl? Did you say, I know I'm going to one day be huge?
No.
I'm going to be a star.
I was always huge. No, I thought I was going to be a dentist. I went to dentist school, yeah. But, you know, once I started working, I knew I wanted to make the best out of it. And I also had a lot of responsibilities. I was a young mom. My son Manolo is here with me.
Manolo!
Yeah. He's like,
handsome. Hi.
And he has good teeth, too.
Yeah, he has good teeth, too. Yeah, I made him
Would Mom have been a good dentist?
A dentist?
She wanted to be.
She is my dentist. She still does things for me sometimes when mine's busy.
Sophia, enjoy tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sophia.
See you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Here comes Allison Janney.
Allison Janney.
Hi. So if this is like a sport,
we'll help.
here, there we go. If this is like a sporting event, she's got 1 million awards. Julia has 1 million awards. Tonight somebody sets a record. Blah 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 blah. What about all that?
Someone's going to go home with a black eye.
Uh-oh. It's getting real.
That's all I'm saying. Someone's going
that has nothing to do with the Emmys at all.
No.
It's your mean right hook, which we've always heard about.
I do have one. I've been ready. There's so many other women in this category who deserve to. This is a great category of women. Some of them, my friends, my heroes. Pam Adlon has been a friend of mine for a long time, and to see her have this great success, her show is amazing. And Lily and Jane, Tracy, Ellie, they're all amazing women.
Well, you've been friends with a lot of, I think, of Tate Taylor and Octavian, people that you've been friendly with for a very long time. It must be very gratifying. You know what? Talent and good fortune has smiled on you, and now so many of your friends are coming along too.
Truly, it's amazing. And now, you know, my friend Stephen Rogers wrote the movie I, Tonya, and he wrote me a part in it, and it's getting...
People are raving. Yeah. This is the new movie with Margot Robbie, but people are raving about your performance. When we do our Oscar red carpet show, we're going to be talking to you there too.
There you go.
I love you.
See?
But just that, the fact that all these people that we grew up with, Tate and Octavia and Stephen Rogers, we all have grown up together, and to see everyone having success is truly, it's the most gratifying thing in the world. I'm so happy.
What people say about Allison, which she may not know behind her back, is what an amazing, lovely woman she is, and everybody is
how deeply supportive she is. Let's sing your praises in front of you.
And say the
so
nicest things
sweet.
about you.
My mother would be very, very happy to hear that right now.
I think your mother's going to be happy later tonight too.
Yeah.
I don't, no. Well, I'm not going to say anything, but I brought my nephew here tonight, right there, and he's never been. It's so much fun to bring someone.
Which ingenue actresses does he want to meet?
Oh, yeah.
Niall, come here.
Niall, who do you want Andy to hook you up with?
Who do you want to meet tonight? Do you have anyone like?
Listen, I mean, we'll see how this all goes tonight, but Rashida Jones is my gal. That's it.
Ooh,
good choice.
Good choice.
Good choice. I think she's presenting an award tonight, so I'm sitting pretty close to the stage.
He's gonna make a plan. He's got a plan already.
You know, I remember at the Oscars, Adam Horowitz from Counting Crows came with his mother, and he's like, I'm walking in with my mom, I'm not leaving with her.
I love that line, I'm sticking with it.
Very good.
You would do that to your auntie.
You have total permission to not leave with me.
Enjoy tonight, you guys. Thanks so much.
Listen, thank you.
Thanks so much. All right, bye-bye. Thank you.
Great to see you as always.
Here comes Michael Kenneth Williams, a nominee for the night of. Very careful not to step on Allison's dress.
You know what?
Hello, sir.
Nominated for a supporting actor. Factor limited series tonight, but that was very gentlemanly of you. You waited for the dress to go.
You have to. You have to, man. I was raised properly.
No question about it. Big show. People have a great reaction to it. Your cast has been here. You tell me, you excited? How do you feel walking in here?
I am very excited. You know, and walking here is it's a pretty electrifying experience, I will say the least.
Tell you what, sir, enjoy tonight.
Yeah,
have a great time. Thanks so much. Good
have
to see
fun.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to meet you. Good.
My 90-year-old mom is my date. You know, what could be worse, right? Come on, man, right?
Have a good time. Thanks so much.
Take care.
All right, John Oliver, the moment he's been waiting for his entire life.
Hello. How are you?
John, how exciting is this to be on with us live all across the country, around the world?
It's nice to be on with you, and it's nice to follow Omar as well.
I like the choice in tux.
Thank you very much. If you think I chose this, you really do not know me. This was put on me.
Here's the thing. You have this incredibly funny show, but you also are really doing journalism nobody else is doing. Was that the intent?
Well, not that nobody else is doing. Lots of people are doing good journalism. We have journalists who work for us. I would not characterize what we do as journalism, but they're very, very rigorous with the standards that they hold us to. Yeah.
And what excites you every day when you go into work? What is it most that drives you?
Well, you know, it's hard. Like, it's not boring. Like, as long as you feel like in any job, right? As long as you feel like you have a learning curve, things are exciting, and because you feel like you're learning all the time. And my learning curve still feels very steep.
All right, let me orchestra row J. Yeah. I think you could get a better seat, John.
I think I feel like I deserve much later in the alphabet than J.
It's pretty good.
We're going to keep talking to John, but a quick break here. We're going to be back more live from the Emmys in just a minute.
Thanks so much.
No worries. Millie Bobby Brown there, looking like Cinderella, and the belle of the ball, it's Mr. and Mrs. Alec Baldwin. There he is.
Come in here with him.
Hi, how are you?
Are you good? We're good. Yes, yes.
Husband, nervous or excited? He's going to get an Emmy tonight, at least one.
I think he's nervous.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, you come here and, you know, we don't live in L.A. as much as we might and visit here as much as we might. We live in New York, so it's and we got 3 kids. So we got to bring our whole family to California. It's a bit of an excursion, you know, but it's always nice to see people I don't get to see as much anymore. You know, in New York, we run into the same guy in this business every week. We see Bobby Cannavale at the coffee shop every week. That's it.
Just Bobby.
Our neighbor is just Bobby. There's Bobby Cannavale once a week. That's all I got.
But tonight, and I imagine this is, are people congratulating you for this interpretation, this performance?
Well, I think that in the way that doing it resonates with people who were very frustrated, to say the least, in this community and beyond, I've got a very positive response from people. That's been great.
And when we had talked to you a few months back, and we were amazed at the fact that the President Trump impersonation, Lorne Michaels was saying, hey, showtime in a little bit, and you really hadn't even worked out the character.
No.
You just kind of went with it.
No. I still haven't.
No,
so I should be getting an Emmy tonight if I do get one for the most incomplete performance by an actor in a supporting role.
That's how good you are. That he doesn't have to prepare a lot. He feels his way into things.
Right.
And will he accept this award tonight as Donald Trump or as Alec Baldwin? What do you think?
I don't know, but I hope you thank Donald Trump for it.
You should thank Donald Trump?
Thank him, yeah.
My God, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even write that into
Why should he thank Donald Trump?
Why are you sandbagging me now and telling me that now? We've been in a car for hours together.
I'll find a pen for you.
It took us 9 hours to drive here.
You can
Why don't you
add
tell
it
me?
in. It'll be fine.
When you spend the 9 hours driving here, are you glad you don't live here?
Well, you know, I had a home here, and my wife and I, we flip-flop about this. I had a home here, and we'd go back and forth for 30 years. I had an address in L.A., and now I don't. And I mean, I love to work here. I love to shoot here. We probably will get a home here and spend more time here because it's, with little kids, the winter in New York is tough. But I remember when I lived here, I mean, we're older now. And when I lived here, you used to be able to take those surface streets like Olympic and Pico into town and beat some of the Santa Monica freeway traffic when I lived on the west side. Those days are over. This place is wall to wall.
No. First of all,
the whole country moved here.
Let me tell you something. He's wrong on 2 points.
Okay.
They say that New York traffic is worse, and it is. And number 2, he doesn't want to use any apps for traffic. So there you go.
All right,
Does Alec not ask for directions, is what you're saying?
He doesn't, and he is like
My
lost
wife
a lot
wants
of
to
the time.
kick me with that generational thing. Every 15 minutes, it seems. I don't use Waze, I don't use apps. Plus, let's face it, my wife wants to come here because her favorite workout place is in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
She'd like me to just buy the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, and we just live there on the top floor.
I think that's extreme.
Okay, that's extreme. But
Would you, all things being equal, and we're not trying to sort out your entire lives right now, would you like to move here? I think you would.
I looked at a school the other day.
Oh. That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
I can give you plenty of recommendations.
Well, I'm gonna call you. We'll have a whole conversation.
Any jitters or nerves going in tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. You never expect an award or want an award. I'll never forget. You'll love this. I got nominated for an Oscar. I did this movie, The Cooler, and I had these people call me, and Marty Engels, who was married to Shirley Jones, called me and said, I got a group of people, we watch the movies together, we vote as a block for the Oscars, and you got all of our votes. Red Buttons, Shirley, all of us in our gang. Eva Marie Saint, we're all voting for you, Alec. And I thought, I'm in, I'm done. Red Buttons won for Sayonara, I'm in, I've been anointed. And then Tim Robbins won, I thought, I'm never getting my hopes up for an award.
Damn that Red Buttons.
Damn that Red Buttons put a jinx on me. Anyway.
Enjoy tonight.
Thank you
So
guys
good to
so
see you.
much.
Thank you, Alex, so much.
We hope
Very
to see
nice
you in
meet
LA soon.
Tell me the school.
Okay.
Excellent. That's the best one. That's where you want to go. That would be it.
You approve?
She picked a good one.
Okay.
She
Bye,
picked a
you
really
guys.
good one.
You guys, Sam is pitching ideas to Jimmy.
And now that Jimmy Kimmel needs my help.
We skip to the next award show. Sam,
He's like,
let's
I got an
focus on the
idea.
Emmys here.
Let's focus on the Emmys. Are you envious of Stephen Colbert? You've hosted the Emmys very successfully, I should add.
I wish I could have been up all night working on jokes, yes. I wish I could have been here since 7 a.m. No, I'm not envious at all, no.
Well, they say it's a thankless job, Jimmy. Is that true?
It's not true. It's really not true. You get a lot of, if it goes well, people do a lot of thanking you. In fact, there's no job less thankless than this job that we're doing here.
Do you think, and people talk about this with the Oscars, and by the way, you just fantastic work there, Emmys, which is the tougher room?
The Oscars is a little harder. It's more formal, and I think there are people are wearing outfits in which you cannot move your arms without something
Very
ripping.
robotic, right?
So the Oscars are a little bit tougher, yeah.
Let's talk fanny pack.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Jimmy,
this is a new addition.
Camera one will pan down, and because here's the thing, it's a long night, 3 hours at minimum.
Yeah.
And what's inside your fanny pack?
Well,
Or
thank
is
you
that
for
a
asking,
personal
Sam. People wear cummerbunds, and they serve no purpose. And I guess at one time they were supposed to catch crumbs when you're eating, but now I bring my own crumbs in the form of nuts and little Reese's peanut butter.
I love a Reese cup, yeah.
Kind bars and all sorts of things I
You
have.
got a lot of stuff there, and it's all for you, or are you going to share?
Well, I should share?
No, I'm not saying you have to.
Yeah, I guess no. I figured I'd share because people get mad if you don't share.
Yeah, it's a long show.
You're
just
used
the
to
guy
this
sit
because
next
of
to
your acclaim as a talk show. Take us to the break if you would. It's called Live from the Emmys.
Hey, we're live from the Emmys. We're live?
This is really live.
Nonsense was on television?
Right, Jimmy.
Thank you, Sam. And again, we're live from the Emmys. We're going to show some commercials here. They're going to be really terrific. And then you come back and you're going to see the kid from Stranger Things again.
So what? Tell us some background. American Ninja Warriors.
They set up the obstacle course at Universal Studios, and I gave it a whirl. And I have to tell you, after you're about to see this story, I thought I was going to be eliminated right away.
Right.
I actually made it a little further than I thought I would have.
I need to see this.
Oh, go ahead.
When American Ninja Warrior heads to town, that's my cue to start intense training. Last time, let's just say, it didn't go over too well.
A great effort. It's over. It's over already. It was the stairs, wasn't it, Doug?
It was the stairs. I'm ready to redeem myself.
And here we go. Not be easy. We know he's worked hard to build his strength up, but he's got to lock down. Oh, okay. Wow.
Having trouble on that dismount, but he gets it. He's through. What a great moment. And that sign says it all. But he's going to soldier on to block run. There it is. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. That's perfect balance. Truly a remarkable effort. Right up onto the battering ram. No one has made it past this fifth obstacle tonight. I love the toughness on this athlete. Battering ram, though, such a challenge. You have to do a two-handed transfer because those cylinders free spinning.
Did you see the lack of explosion there? You can see the gastrocnemius did not engage, and down he goes.
It looked like Sam Rubin out there giving his best effort. I loved it.
John Cook, that is very impressive.
So if I'm looking like Sam Rubin out there, I hope I can somewhat look like Sam Rubin out here. You guys have been troopers. I mean, like 4 hours straight of nonstop interviews with the biggest stars on this carpet.
Here's Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Allison Janney was very funny in the competition with her.
So those two both have won 7 Emmys. They're both up for an Emmy tonight. So whichever one wins will then tie them with Cloris Leachman
ties with
at
Cloris
8.
Leachman, right? And then, of course, both for supporting, and then now for a lead role in a comedy.
But that Allison Janney comment, somebody's going to leave with a black eye if she doesn't win. So we'll see.
You know what happens is so many of the web services watch programs such as ours, and there are always these, these big headlines.
Yeah.
So that may be one of them. Somebody will leave with a black eye, or will Allison Janney's nephew actually leave with a date, which seemed to be his.
Also a question that needs to be asked.
Enjoyed very, very much. I tell you what, I think James Corden previewed it for us. Jimmy Kimmel previewed it for us. I think Stephen Colbert has a lot planned. We should tell several of the stations along the line with us that your local news will have more Emmy coverage. If you're watching in Los Angeles, KTLA will be all over it all night long. And tomorrow on the KTLA Morning News, a recap of everything we've explored this afternoon. The show itself will go backstage, a great backstage position, and so much more. Has this not been the most fun? This 3 hours, we've never had a show of such length, just flew by.
Back-to-back superstars. It was so much fun, Sam, as always, on the red carpet with you. It was a good time.
Thanks so much for watching. You can tune into the Emmys on CBS in just a couple moments, and we will see you after the Emmys.